Hey, Tom at our pastime. Nice to see you again. It's been a while, I know. Let's do a little update and see what's been going on here. I think you guys need to know I've been just a little bit busy. A few things have come up and delayed what goes on around here from going on around here. And I've just put together this quick little video to show you exactly what's been going on around here. So here's a quick update what's been going on. I haven't done a video in forever. Apologize for that, but as you can see, I have my solar panels installed. A third of them anyway. The rest are going to go here eventually when I get the project going for my shed, my little building I need to build here. This is what I did this weekend. This pile was not here before. It all came out of there. And why is because I found my wellhead this weekend, or this time when I'm home. I found my wellhead because I had to. It was leaking. I came home and this whole backyard was just like a pond. It was leaking so bad. It had been leaking for 5 days. And this is the first time it's been uncovered since the sun porch was built here. Because whoever built the sun porch did not realize they were putting a post right above the wellhead. The way I found this wellhead was figuring out where the pipes came through the cellar wall and digging to the cellar wall and tracing the pipes back out. I was getting nervous as I was getting closer to that post because I was figuring Murphy's Law was going to come into effect and put the wellhead right underneath that post. It came within about 4 inches of being under that post. It's undercut right now. I don't know if this really shows it that well, but that is undercut. The well is almost under the corner of directly under the corner, my southeast corner of the sun porch. So that resulted in me digging out this entire area, because that area you're looking at there is just about 2 feet, and that's how much dirt was here in this area that I had to dig out. And now it's 6 feet. You can stand up without bending over. But that, in order to do this project, to put the solar panels here, that was all going to be dug out sooner than later anyway. And that just got me a head start on getting it dug out, because I need to put a footing over here on this side and underneath these posts. I'm going to get rid of the columns because the frost moves them way too much and moves the end of the sun porch too. So that's what I've been doing this weekend instead of making a video. There always seems to be some excuse as to why I'm not making a video, and that was this weekend. That's basically a dump truck load of dirt, hand dug in about 3 hours. And the reason it took that long is because it's solid clay. I did not run into any noticeable fill around those pipes. That dirt had been compacted there for so long. I still didn't see any fill. The only thing I did find, though, was some original rock that came up from the drilling process. But other than that, there's not much to say that had been disturbed since 1974 when it was first put in. But that is PVC. So that's curious too. So I don't know. Anyway, it was put in before the sun porch was put in. Alright, so that's what I've been doing. this weekend, getting ready to put an extension onto my house, my sun porch, that probably won't be attached. I'm going to pour the footing out. I don't know if you can see. Not very clearly, maybe. That footing there, if it wasn't so shaky, that footing there extends out beyond the posts a little bit so that I can put another post on that. I'm going to do the same on this side and make my addition stand off from the house just enough so it's not attached. And it's going to be 26 feet wide, which is the width of the sunroom, and go out 30 feet that way. And how that will allow me to make a low slant roof, a low pitch roof, and put up my other solar panels on that. I should be able to fit 21 panels on that with no problem. And that's the plan for there. Now I bought 6 cords of wood. And I would say I have almost 2 cords left over. And the reason why I have 2 cords of wood left over, if I hadn't mentioned it before, is here, hidden behind my grill and bottles and cans that need to be returned, is my heat pump, at least the outside portion of it, from EG4 Electronics. I installed this myself. It's a do-it-yourself kit. The only thing that it didn't include was that drain hose and a second section of drain hose that allowed me to send it out to the downspout, and this encasement here. So got to shut off here if I have to, pull that, shut it off, that runs down. Currently this is running off of solar power, so it's not costing me anything. Sound effects. That can got away. This is not costing me anything to run at the moment, except I guess maybe you could consider something if you wanted to work in my payback for the solar, but that I'm not going to get into that right now. Anyway, that's a success in my book, to have a heat pump running off of solar power and not the grid. We'll go look at my grid, my solar setup in the cellar in just a minute. What else have I been doing? Last weekend was the first weekend that the garden dried out and allowed me to rototill. I rototilled 3/4 of it. Worked in some leaf matter in that section, and planted 2 rows of double-spaced peas. Peas spaced on either side of the fence. This row here will be peas that we grew last year. I saved the seed. And these peas on this side are Green Arrow, Progress number 9, and Strike. And those are the 3 different varieties. I just wanted to plant them to see how they would grow as sort of an experiment for us, and maybe they'll cross-pollinate with our seeds. The seeds that I planted, that we grew from the seeds I planted on this side that I grew last year they came from the peas that we grew last year, have come from peas that we've grown for the last 7 years, I guess. I've been saving the seeds each year and just replanting them, and that's worked out really well. The peas have been really good. So that's what I did here so far. I was going to do some more planting today, but I'm a little bit worn out from all the digging and it's getting late. It's actually almost 4 in the afternoon and I got about 2 hours before I have to get ready to go for my truck trip tomorrow. So that's the garden so far. I'm going to plant tomatoes here. And I think we're going to plant radishes and stuff here, and then carrots, and gotta get my strawberries in too. Got some of those to plant next week. Hopefully nothing comes up until next. I can get to it next week. So 2 cords of wood. Spring has sprung. The end of April. These are bifacial panels, so they get a little bit of energy from the backside as well. This is my idea of racking all 2x4s, but it's almost like what do you call it? It's sort of like, well, I can't think of the term right now, but anyway, I got the weight, any weight that pushes on the back part pushes towards the front bottom, and it also is pulling back at the same time from the front. So the front and the back are working at the same time to keep themselves perfectly aligned. So, all right. So as much as the back is pushing forward, it's also pulling the front backwards. That's held up through a lot of windstorms. This is my old wood rack. I got to get the wood over here, but that's been one thing I've been putting off. I was going to get all 6 cords piled here, but that didn't happen. Mostly because it took a while to build this, and little things just kept coming up. It's been a bunch of little things. So look at my solar energy center. Dark as a pocket in here. Alright. We must be fully charged because we are not making much noise right now. Alright, here we go. Let's start with the batteries. State of charge, 100%. Alright, 30 kilowatts, fully charged. I don't have the third one hooked up yet. I'm not sure if I need to, but I might. Well, I don't need to until I get my other 21 panels hooked up that are sitting there waiting in the wings. But right now I've got, using just a little bit of energy, 1.1% of the total capacity of these inverters, because I have not put much load on these yet. That's my PV cutoff switch from the panels. This is my cutoff from the batteries. I just cut off the positive entrance to the inverters. Everything is online through an app. This is my neutral overload protection center. because I have a transformer converting the 240 phases, taking the splitting the phase to make a neutral. And this is my load center. I have a surge protector. Mostly, you don't really need a surge protector with inverters, so I've been told. But you do. I noticed when I hooked the AC up, because I do have grid pass-through on these, there was a little bit of a flicker. So I'm going to be hooking computers and stuff up to my solar load center, which is this. And I just want that little bit of extra protection in case the grid comes on and causes a surge. I have not used enough energy yet for the grid to bypass through. I haven't taken those down more than 35%, I think. So I think I have to go down below 20% before the grid will interrupt. So anyway, the old mess. This is where the power comes in from the grid to the solar system, to the inverters. These are going to the third one. I haven't tied those in yet, but that's for future. All these little things you see here are monitors for my different circuits that I have from my grid box. They tell me exactly where my loads are. I have them labeled on another app. This is Emporia. Boy, you can't believe how handy that is. Once you figure out which circuit is which, especially if you weren't the one that originally put the circuits in, or you're in a messy circuit place like this one is. Circuits are going everywhere, and I've got junctions coming off of branches that shouldn't be. And like, for instance, my garage circuit, I believe it's this one. I turned every single thing off in the garage, and this is just supposed to be powering the garage, but I was still drawing 100 watts for some reason. Could not figure it out. So finally, I traced the line, which spaghetti's out of here, goes back along the top here, about halfway down the cellar wall. All of a sudden there's it doesn't look much better than this, spliced into it, not inside of a box, just spliced into it with some wire nuts. That's it. And that circuit powers my living room. So by going to here, I am going to be able to figure out which circuit goes where. I have enough room to have each room on its own circuit, and even split some rooms in half if I want to. But right now I am powering those two switches down there, two outlets down there. One's 15, one's 20, just to try them out. I have my dehumidifier running off of solar. This circuit here is my boy. You cannot touch that. That's the test button for the circuit breaker. You just barely touch that and it'll trip it. This is for the heat pump. And let's see, this is for the microwave. We've been running the microwave off of solar. That's been working really well. And these are just the two 20 and 15 amp circuits I have on my GFCIs down there because they're so low next to my water pump. Ugh. There's plans to change this setup too in the future. I know that's not good. I do have a huge transfer switch though. I don't know how many people have one that big, just for 100 amp service, but I can run my generator right directly into this if I want to, through that long cord. That's a pretty long cord. It reaches way outside, and it works really well, even though it's really old. Oh, I didn't show you one thing. The ground that grounds this whole house goes out through there. That wire, you can almost see it, goes out through the top of the cellar there. And that hole that I dug where the pipes go through, the ground rod comes right down here along the cellar wall. I don't know about that. I don't. I'm gonna have to change that, I think. I put in a separate ground rod for this. That was an 8-foot ground rod that I drove down until I hit bedrock at 7 feet. So I'm pretty sure I got a good ground there. I'm going to try to keep this box a little bit neater than that mess. It looks messier because of the Emporia monitoring system, but we'll see. All right, this is my Grow Watt solar system. Each one of these can put out 5 kilowatts. So 10. I probably only need 10 at any given moment, but I have an electric dryer that takes 7. 4 and 3 on 4 kilowatts on one and 3 on another branch. It's quite a bit for. I'll have to look into that, but of course I got the pump, and I'm going to be putting in a. Let's see here. Don't mind my junk, my future projects, waiting in the wings projects. This Bradford White hot water heater. Been here for over at least, I think there's a date on it, like 19. Let's see, is there a date on it? Hold on just a minute. Yeah, here's the date right here. 1996. This is an old one. I think that's referring to a code restriction, but let's see. Still got the energy guide that came with it. It says it only costs $294. I bet it's more than that now. One bill every 4 months is $100, so every couple months. Huh, I thought there was a date on this. I don't see it now. You see that? There's another date that could scare you and how old this is. But it refers to, that sticker is newer. That's a sticker that was put on there. I hope this isn't a 1986. Held up well for 1986. The Hydrojet Total Performance System. The wires for my solar and the ground for the load center run right through here. Down my new pole. That runs up the side of the house. This tarp has seen its last days. I'm just keeping it here to keep most of the weather out until I re-dig this out that collapsed over the winter. That's fun, gonna be fun. Anyway, my ground wire comes down, goes out to, here's the outside ground. And my solar is grounded. My panels are grounded, each one. You need to do a little bit of wire tie maintenance on my wires. That's another project coming up soon. Probably as soon as I get the wood in here. So that was just a quick little update video to let you know what's been going on around here. If you have some questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to address them as I see them. I will be going further into depth on my solar system with future videos, show you some of the apps that I use, and show you some of the apps that help me make some of my decisions, as well as the app that I'm currently using to monitor my solar system. It seems to be working pretty good. Gives me lots of information and the confidence that I made a good decision in going solar. So until the next video comes out, this is Tom at Our Pastime, thanking you and hoping you'll subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video if you like. This was not one of my best videos, of course. I just threw it together to get it out there, to let you know I'm still here, and to tell you what's been going on. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again real soon, and we'll see you then. Bye.